Good morning, people. Good morning. Yes, good morning. Good morning. This beautiful, beautiful Monday morning. Yes, it is Monday, May 23, 2022, and the time is about 4:50 a.m. And sunrise would be about, what was that, 5, what about 5:32, 5:33 p.m. A.m. in the morning. So when that time hits around, you fellow New Yorkers, uh, just just say hello to it. Yes, I love the transition from nighttime to daytime. That special hour. Yeah. So sunrise would be um, about in 40 minutes. How wonderful. Yeah. So you're gonna see the sky getting brighter and brighter. I love it when that happens. And I'm looking on my monitor and I'm seeing uh, how it looks on the monitor that it gets brighter and brighter. I just think it's just a spectacular time of the day. I love it. Yeah, this video, this live stream, I'm going to talk about two different topics, but I think it's some overlapping in it. Kind of talks, talks about who I am. I want to talk about Star Trek first, and then how ADOS, African descendants of slaves, or African American descendants of slaves, and uh, and Africa, and in particular Kenya, but it could be any other African state. Yeah, how even though we're miles apart, similar things that could happen to us. So let me begin with the Star Trek first. Well, for years, I always thought about this one episode on Star Trek. I only saw the episode once. I don't remember the details about it, but just this one particular part, I think it was towards the end of the movie, it was a woman. And it was the first time, this was the original Star Trek, and it was the first time that I've really identified with the character, her looks. Yes, this is I think 1968. But I might have saw it a little later, maybe in the 70s or early 70s. But it was a long time ago. Yeah, they had a lot of reruns. I started watching Star Trek, I think more of the reruns. I think I was in the fourth grade. And I saw one of the characters. And I was so excited to see the person. Yes, yes, we had Uhura, a beautiful black woman. But I didn't really truly identify with the character. But when I saw this one woman, it was the first time that I, as a little black girl, that I felt that I identified with someone of color. Yes, and I didn't know the name of the episode. Like I know the Trouble of Tribbles. That's also one of my favorites. Oh, I love that one. The Trouble with Tribbles. And my other favorite one was um, when they go back in time. Yeah, the character name is Elaine. No, not Elaine. Oh God, I forget now. Um, but yeah, she had. Oh, the what's it? I think it was Bones. Yeah, Bones had gone back in time. Something happened to him. He got this virus and so he was kind of went mad, And in the process, he uh, got back in time, and it altered everything. So they have to like correct it. And something minor as this meeting a particular person, woman, Captain Kirk came up to this woman, and he kind of falls in love. Yeah, this was during World War, before the World War II war, and meeting her altered history. So now he has to let this woman die. That was my I think that was my other very very big favorite. The concept of going back in time. Oh man, that was my favorite. But the one want to talk about today, that the woman of color, that I said, wow, a person that kind of reminds me of me, my type of face. And I didn't know the name of that episode, but I think it's actually called Elaine, Elaan, of Troyan, something like that. Elaine of Troyan. And how I found the name of that episode and the lady. I said, oh, what's that lady? So I thought it was, I typed, Googled the woman in Star Trek from Egypt or something like that. But I got something. Someone did a video about all the women that Captain Kirk kissed, and they had, I think, 18 episodes. Something, I think about 18 or 20. No, 19 of them. And so I was just curious, say, hey, they might have that lady. And lo and behold, they did. So after all these years, about um, 50 years later, yeah, because I only saw that episode once. So it could have been about 50, 51 years ago. I finally get to see who the lady is. They had an image of her. Yeah, they had like a snapshot of her and Captain Kirk kissing. Yeah, it was a tribute, I guess, to this series. Those Star Trekkers. You all know that Captain Kirk kissed. It seemed like every female with every look, right? That's what he was known for doing. But that episode only saw once, and uh, and so when I found the video of the all the kisses that he's done on that show, and he had the name of the character of that woman. So I took the name, yeah, then I googled it and I found more videos on her. I didn't remember any aspect of that movie, of that episode. I think that it was episode episode number 48, the third season, or something like that. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, after about 50 years later, my finally to see um, the character who I admired so much as a little black girl. And you know what, people? What the real secret is? She wasn't black at all. Yeah, she's dressed like what I picture as an Egyptian woman. The hieroglyphics. They had her with a hairpiece, the braids, and wearing uh, a revealing outfit. But I think it was Egyptian-inspired hairdo, and she had like a dot in the forehead. But she looked spectacular. She was a brown in color, her face, very smooth skin. And I said, oh boy, I wish I looked like her. Yeah, I had very low self-esteem as a little girl. And I just wanted to see someone that kind of reminded me of myself. I had a very narrow face. I was extremely skinny as a child. and I did not feel beautiful at all. And she was the same color, her face, the same color, and kind of narrow. She was a petite lady, but I identified so much with her looks. I strongly identified with her. And then to find out she wasn't a black woman, not even an Afro Latino, not at all. She was an Asian woman. I think they said she was from Vietnam. And she was in other movies during that time, I think the 1950s. She played a Pacific, South Pacific movie. Yeah, pretty girl, pretty. And then they have a, pale, her natural color. But yeah, on that show, they use makeup a lot on different characters. And that whole episode, I mean, wow. Could you imagine your whole concept of self, and it wasn't even a woman from your group? But Southeast Asia has its African roots. If you look at the people, the clothes they wear, yeah, I definitely Asia has its African roots, and I think blacks are all over the planet. You just look at their face, the body structure. There are black roots in Asia, especially South Asia, and the vicinities. You look at them closely, darkened complexion, their facial features. Yeah. So yeah, it still had such a strong impact on me and my sense of worth by seeing her. And I remember that at the end that she was crying, and I remember she had this quivering chin. She had like a dimple, I think, on her chin. I got two dimples on my chin that came out of nowhere. I never used to have it, and even when I look at my videos, um, I slowly started seeing the phenomena on my chin. Two holes in my chin. Never had it in any photograph of mine, but I have it now. Now, I'm not implying that because of that movie, the Star Trek movie with her. No, I don't want to imply that. Yeah, it sounds like it, but it just came to my memory. Um, she had like a dimple in her chin, and now for whatever weird reason, I have two dimples on my chin. But yeah, it was um, looking at her, and I said, wow, So 50 years later, I said to myself, no wonder why I like her. She was face was beautifully done. Yeah, the makeup job on her, it was just striking. And I felt that the movie played up her. They show little bits of that movie, and I do not have any recollection on her behavior. She was horrible. She was like a spoiled brat, royalty, and she was to marry this blue-faced person, a real nerd character, in hopes that the two nations will join forces. And she didn't want to do it, and she was kind of rough around the collar. So yes, they were. It was patronized. They were patronizing her, I think, like she's a spoiled rich kid, and it's Kirk's responsibility to tame her, so to speak. So it had its, now seeing it 50 years later, some of the clips that they showed, a little racist. Um, but so, yeah, I don't remember any of the other aspects. So it was almost a little embarrassing to see one of my favorite um, scenes on Star Trek, favorite character, And years later, to see that the cat was utmost really a bad character, you know. Um, but the only thing I remembered was the end, and she's being beamed back down to her planet. So I guess she is going to marry the blue man. But yeah, and I remember watching as a little girl. I wanted to braid my hair like hers. Yeah, and I remember going to the bathroom and to do my hair because we had a big mirror, we had a mirror in there and good lighting. So I remember I was parting my hair and see if I could kind of make it look like it. Yeah. Oh wow. I should take a picture of it. I mean, I'm tempted to get a picture of it and then bringing it to a hairdresser and say, I want this. Yeah. It's probably like a wig that she had to put on, but it was a fantastic wig. It really made me feel that I could be beautiful. Yes, that's how that episode made me feel. I was just a little girl, 8 years old, 8, 9 years old, and yeah, but I think it actually was originally aired when I was maybe 6 years old, because I think it said 1968. Yeah, so I'm only like 6, but I'm pretty sure I must have seen it in the early 70s. I was in the fourth grade. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, so I would have been about 7. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe a little old. Oh, no, no, my mistake. I would have been 9 if it was the fourth grade. Oh, well. But either way, it's 50 years ago. About 50 years ago. And it's amazing how life could change. And if I still, if that movie was redone, let's say a person that looked like her, I probably still like her too. It's nice to see people who look like you being considered beautiful, um, worthy of attention. Every woman wants to feel beautiful, and I think that's how America harms a lot of us here. Um, they make you feel unbeautiful, unworthy. And what we do here in America, and I'm referring to black women or um, Afro Latinos, mixed race ladies, and if you're around my age, you really didn't see uh, people that represented us, that kind of remind us, kind of look like us, to be considered beautiful. And what we do now, we wear those, you know, um, at one point we didn't get our nails done professionally when I was in high school. The shops weren't for us. It's almost exclusively white. Yes, and I used to work in the nail industry. I used to do nails. This is the 1980s. You very rarely have any black Americans doing that. But I did it. Yes, right. Yeah, I was going to cosmetology school. Um, in my 20s, I was, let's see, 24. Yeah, I just turned 24. And I love, um, what do you call it, toiletries, things for skincare, hair care. And I always did my hands nicely. They were always nicely shaped and everything. And yeah, I entered into the field. I was going to school, and then in the daytime, I found a job in a beauty salon in the big city, a fancy salon catered to rich white people, people in television, and yeah, and the elders, so like elderly white women. They were the main ones, because of the neighborhood. And I did their nails, their toenails and the hands. Um, And so you didn't really have black people going in there. I had one black customer that came, no, two, and yeah, one was a former classmate from college when I went away for college, and an older black lady, but not that many got their nails done. But now those nail salons are all over the place in New York City, and primarily black women are the ones, blacks and Afro Latinos from the Caribbean, get their nails done. Not now is to such a high degree the nail culture and the bling bling on the nails itself. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, the sky's getting brighter and brighter. You see, I love it. Yeah, I love it. So, so we do these things, I think, to try to feel special, to try to feel beautiful in a society that's keep on telling you you're nothing. And so this leads into, I think, the social destruction that's happening to us because we want to feel rich, we want to feel beautiful, we want to live a certain lifestyle that we see on television. And there are a bunch of lies. Television. It's not a truth box. Yeah, they used to call it the idiot box. So, this leads me to the main part of this live stream. Um, as I call it, same, same. What am I referring to? Well, I saw a video yesterday. It was a report. One thing I saw this morning, just moments before I put did this live stream, and yesterday, I saw this report on this prostitution ring in India. They are recruiting black women, primarily from Kenya, to be prostitutes in India. You heard me right. A prostitution ring. And it's by trickery. And the hair braiding thing is by trickery also. Trickery. Yeah, they're like advertising. Oh, models, um, singers, performers. You get a job. Get some work in India. Well, that's a trap. Don't do it, ladies. It's a trap. It's a prostitution ring. They're getting the girls, oh, you don't have a passport? Oh, I help you get your passport. Oh, I do this, and it costs pennies for them to get them the passport and all that. And then the ladies get into debt. It's always going to be a debt. The woman that's being featured, they had flown her over from Kenya to India, um, Calcutta. I think it was Calcutta. I forget the town, the city, but it's a big city. And she told the authorities about it. And I think this reporter was doing research on her, the victim, and they were to track down uh, her flight. The people, the traffickers, yes, they're sex traffickers, and they didn't even pay for the ride. They stole someone's identity to get her over and requiring the lady to pay for that. And the amount that was actually, she didn't pay anything because she stole the money, stole someone's identity to get the lady over. Yes, so many, on so many levels, this theft and deceit. And when you look at the lady who's behind this, a real trashy looking woman, real sloppy, nasty looking, in my opinion. Here, she did not look like the madam that you see in on television shows, those brothels with the madam looking very affluent looking and rich. This looked like black trash. I'm going to say, I said it. She looked like black trash, urban trash. But she has girls working under her, and by falsehood, yeah, they had a sneak camera in there, and that's how they were to be able to see what she looked like. Deception. And some people I'm not sure if he's like a celebrity or someone in government, someone in that country, Kenya's government or some official on the outside. Oh, he's supposed to be a good guy, but he's involved in it. I saw most of it. I had to turn it off because it was really upsetting me. And I thought, wow, how sad this is to do this to your own, black people deceiving, aspiring, poor black women in their country. I mean, there are other countries in East Africa that's being exploited also. See, they're relying on poor girls wishing to make the life look beautiful, getting those music videos, the whole bunch of lies. There's no truth in it. It's just an illusion. They're selling an illusion and hoping these girls, and they had children. That girl had a young child. A lot of these countries, the women have to support not just their children, but their parents. It's not. It's like a whole thing. You're responsible to be the breadwinner. No guy. See, ladies, be careful who you sleep with. So you get trapped, you get pregnant, and you're not married. Don't do that. It doesn't keep a man. It doesn't. It doesn't. You want to get rich, have rich ideas, and a plan that doesn't necessarily include other people's, dependent on other people. Maybe do some magic. But don't, these quick schemes is what I'm trying to expose. Oh, you just go ahead and you know, um, no. So when you gotta buy things, oh, you gotta get this, you gotta get that, and that, it's like um, the cash register going on. And again, they may not even be actually paying for it, but having somebody else pay for it. They're stealing someone else's money to pay for your ticket or whatever, or your clothes, or your nails, your hair. It all adds up. But if you're going to do something as low as that, to fall for that, you have it up front, what they pay, how much it costs, up front. How much is it going to cost me to get this? And try to figure out, well, if I'm going to do this, and from this get go, it's going to be, let's say, 2,000 American dollars. How the hell are you going to pay it off if each trick you do is only 10 cents? You'll never get it out. You never pay the debt. And the physical pain that these ladies go through is horrendous because they have maybe 9 customers a day. And it puts a tear on your body. You get pain. You get pain down there. Bleeding, infection, pregnancies. Ladies, don't do it. Please. Please don't do that. And I was thinking, if you're going to do something like that, why don't you just start your own, be your own boss? Get a bunch of your girlfriends openly doing that type of work and work together as a network. If anything, if you want to sleep around for money, knowingly, do it smartly, you know, do it smartly. But why, ladies? Please don't do that. You're more valuable. See, we're believing the lies on TV. So here, the Star Trek, the lady wasn't even a black woman, but she's dressed like a black woman. You know, wearing the Egyptian outfit, Egyptian hair piece, but beautiful face. So, and I admired that. Well, even I guess with lies, if the lie that you believe in helps motivate you to do something better with your life, going to school, having a plan to get out of poverty, you know, maybe the best thing in life is just mediocrity. Because see, there's a price to pay for trying to be wealthy. People don't really need a lot to be comfortable. You don't really need a lot. You have food every day, healthy food. You clean up your home so at least it's clean and neat. Clean your body, groom yourself. And maybe you realize that, hey, you're fortunate to be alive, to be healthy. Go for health. Go for health. Health is valuable. Health, go for health. Now, this leads me to the other aspect of same, same. What is same? So, I just described what's happening in Kenya. And also, they also get in prostitutes in Nigeria and send them to Italy. Yeah, I think Nigerians dominate the prostitution ring in Italy. Yeah, it was some faction changing over. It switched over. The powers at large who handles that occupation. It switched hands now. It's, I think, by the Nigerians and pimping out these women, their own women. Sickening to me. Sickening. Exploiting women. Your own kind. You shouldn't do any kind. Anyway, it's not right. It's not right to trick women to do that, force them into that. They can't walk away from it, and they become slaves. And they're trapped in the country. It just remind me in the one in India. They're trapped there because they come in with a visa, a 3-month visa, and of course they overstay and they can't pay the bill. Their debt. And if they attempt to leave, they also confiscate their passport. Don't ever give up your passport. Oh, I'll just hold it and say, no. You run out of there that fast. You're better off leaving everything and then tell the authorities, look, get me out of here. Give me a flight out. Let me walk across the border. Let me go back home. Yeah, you're better off just leaving, going to the authority. Look, my visa is almost up, and they're forcing me to try to do prostitution. Get me out of this country. But see, if you have to pay your bill when you leave the border. If you overstay your visa, that you get fined. Oh yes. So they do this on purpose, and some of them wind up staying and not telling anybody, and to just pay off the debt, they become a madam themselves to pay off their debt. They become a madam and recruit girls. Doesn't that sound like Jeffrey Epstein's scheme? That the girls themselves were recruiting other girls for the prostitution. But anyway, the same. In the U.S., they are doing things in the U.S. There are prostitution rings in the U.S. And you do have black Americans, black men, trafficking, kidnapping, and trafficking girls into prostitution. These are teenage girls that that they're kidnapping and forcing into prostitution. Shame on you. So yeah, so I had a moments um, before I did this live doing this live stream, uh, a news footage of what state was it in here in the United States of America? I'm trying to remember. Oh yes, the south side of Chicago, a black area, a poor black area, and a woman was a 30, she was about 36 years old, and a man that she was acquainted with in the neighborhood grabbed her and forced her in an abandoned building, chained her, and raped her, she says, twice. And then he leaves. And she's screaming for her life after, I guess, the guy left, screaming for someone to get her out. And a passerby, an advocate in the neighborhood, a man, hears her cries coming from the abandoned building. And he calls the police. Thank God he did that for her. Thank God. So the lady was on the news, but her identity hidden. And she recounts her nightmare. Yeah, this neighborhood in the south of Chicago is filled with abandoned buildings, abandoned houses. Yeah, that happens a lot. Probably once was a thriving white neighborhood, and then white flight, things like that, and people and predators. Neighborhoods like that is by design, just like forcing women into prostitution or kidnapping women, black women, not just black. I mean, women all over the world are being kidnapped. But it's just I'm a member of the black group, and so that's why I'm talking about this. One of the reasons why I talk about this. I mean, I don't want any woman to be kidnapped and exploited sexually. Because it's wrong. And so it's like same. So here in America, one of the richest countries in the world, but it has its pockets of poverty, pockets of poverty, pockets of poverty that's plaguing it. Yes, in this rich country with pockets of poverty. And so you think that's the only neighborhood, the south of Chicago, that has this phenomenon? But see, these communities are forgotten, and I think they're targeted. There, it's all by design. This type of poverty is by design. It's created to do just that. Decrease the value of the property so they can't even get loans and stuff like that. Redlining, other things that they do, gerrymandering. It's a type of warfare against a people, and why us? It saddens me, people. This really saddens me. It saddens me. How I wish that we didn't have to do this type of work, that we valued ourselves. And so here, a black man kidnapping a black woman, putting her in chains so she can't get out of the house, and raping her. This is modern day slavery happening. But here in the United States, we have this go back to Africa thing. Go back to Africa. that this place is not our home, and we're upset about the history of America against black people. And not only that, there is what they call black on black crime. That is the real crime. What you're doing to yourselves, how you feel about yourself. You feel horrible about yourself, and you want to be the rich guy, the rich gal. And you walk around, you want to imitate what you see in those dumb videos, those music videos. And you're setting up your mindset. You want quick money. And even when you get money, you don't do anything good with it. You don't build up your community. You need community building. You need community building. You need to be able to teach your children, hey, don't go into this type of occupation because it leads to death. It leads to drug addiction. To have this fancy lifestyle of deception. It's all deception and fakery. And that's how they lure you in there. Oh, you want to be a movie star. Oh, you want to be a singer. If you interview these current women, how they get into the music, they're sleeping around. Don't do that. You're worth more than just that. You are priceless. You're priceless. So I treat your body like that. For so-called fame. Hey, learn to invest your money. Someone told me it's not what you make, it's what you keep. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. Learn how to invest your money, whatever what you make. Yeah, they're rich, poor people. They're people, they make a good income, but their lifestyle supersedes what they make. So actually, they're spending money that's not theirs. They use credit cards to finance their lifestyle of fakery. But it's the modest people that wear modest clothes, they wear clothes within their means. And yeah, I was buying clothes. Yeah, I had bought clothes in the Salvation Army. Yes, I say it. I bought clothes from them, tons of clothes from the Salvation Army. They have clothes that never been worn before, with the ticket still on it. You can get jeans, it's really cheap, really inexpensive. And some of the things are really, really nice. Clothes is clothes. You get something nice, you clean it, you iron it. Hey, it's clothes for your body. But these bling bling brands, and they don't even like women. A lot of these designers are from the alphabet soup community, and they're designing clothes for your female body. You're going to wear clothes from somebody who doesn't even love women. Yeah, you heard right. A lot of those guys don't even love women, but they're designing your clothes for your body. Yeah, don't do it. Yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah, they get more fame than the women designers. Why is that? Why is that? Yeah, live within your means, people. Live within your means. Introduce your children to literature, books. Yeah, I got tons of books here. These are my book, where I keep all my books. I have more books in the living room. I really want to read them. Yeah, bring in books, invest in books and read them to your children. Work as a team. So you don't have to do these quick scheme things. Oh, we're going to go to the club and sing there. Oh, I got to do this with my body. Oh, they don't like my body. Oh, they tell me I have to buy this clothes, that clothes. You have women getting butt jobs, boob jobs, getting more into debt. Stop it, ladies. Stop it. Oh, it's probably sunrise now. Yeah, look at the time. It's about 5:35. Yeah, yes, sunrise just occurred around this time. I think at 5, what was that, 5:33, 5:32 a.m. Yeah, I just want to welcome the sunrise. Yes, beautiful sunrise. Hello, good morning, sunrise. Good morning. Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to say that. Yes, around this time now. Just look at my clock next to me. It's five. It says 5:34. It might be a minute slow. Yeah. Good morning, sunrise. So yes, think twice about what you do. Don't believe. Stay at home. Don't go out of those nasty clubs. Invest in yourself. Invest in you. Invest in your health. Not in these quick schemes. Develop your neighborhood so that you don't have those abandoned buildings and women getting kidnapped. Yeah, this was just recently. A woman got kidnapped, dragged in a building, a vacant building, raped, chained and raped. She was screaming for help, and luckily, an advocate was in the neighbor, walking in the neighbor, heard the screams coming out of the house, and he called the cops, and the cops freed her. So many women aren't being freed. There is human trafficking going on against women and children. Keep your children near you. Tell them don't go away with some stranger for candy, or they try to lure them with candy, or little animals. Or got little puppies or kittens, you want to see them? Tell them to go fuck themselves. Excuse me. No, and have them run away and tell the authorities. Hey, that man just told me he wanted me to go see his, right? There are predators out there. They're predators. They prey on little children. They prey on women. And they're preying on you through the deception of wealth, all your senses, all the little animals, please, please people, please black community, start to take control over your life. And yes, same. Poverty here in America, sex industry, kidnapping here in America by black people. You have black people stealing black people, kidnapping and stealing black people and getting them into slavery, sex slavery. They're not using slaves to pick cotton anymore or sugar cane. They're using sex trafficking, and for body parts, organ harvesting. Wow. So here we're talking about all this black people in America or in the Americas to go back to Africa, where Africa is tricking its own people. Nigeria, that's the largest black country in the world. Nigeria. And it's tricking its women and bringing them into Italy to do prostitution. Kenya, also tricking its black women to go to do prostitution in India. India and Italy. Cut it out. See, our mind is in the past, and yes, my mind was in the past, thinking all my problems, because of history. It's what's happening now. What is happening now? Your precious commodity, your women are being stolen, and you are stealing your own women. Yeah, we focus on what white people did uh, 500 years ago, 400, 500 years ago, which was horrible. I watch videos of people going to visit West Africa and see those slave ports and get emotional, because our ancestors were stolen. We're still being stolen now and being sent to Europe and Asia to do prostitution. Could you believe it? Could you believe it? People, let's wake up. Black America, blacks in the Americas, Afro-Latinos, blacks in Europe, blacks in Asia. Come on. Let's take control of our lives and stop being fooled by the illusions of this celebrityism. It's a trick to keep you in bondage. Yeah, I'm just looking at the time now. Yeah, I just felt that I needed to get that off my chest. Yeah, yeah, be careful with those, the hair braiding too. They're using slaves for the hair braiding. They do the same trick. Hey, you want to come to America and make some money braiding hair? Or just get your passport. They get to America, oh, I'll hold your passport. And then they beat up the women and say, you better make money or else. Modern day slaves. Modern day, we are no different. Yeah, and these are people, African people, their own so-called people. And that hair braider incident, that was a couple of years ago, fairly recent. I think maybe the past 5 years. You just go on the internet. Yeah, I saw it on YouTube. Just type in woman hair braider is kidnapped. Yeah, they lived in New Jersey. Newark, New Jersey. Newark, New Jersey, a very poor black neighborhood primarily, and she was being housed there. She couldn't leave. She only had to go to work and back, and threaten them. Yeah, don't trust those hair braided. Women, learn how to braid your own hair. Braid your own hair. Stop supporting slavery. Stop supporting it. They do the same thing there, those hair braiders, too. Just check it out. Just go on the internet. And you see the interview. Beautiful black woman, young black woman being forced to do hair. Yeah, a lot of these African people are not decent people. A lot of them are just as nasty as those Europeans that stole people to work those sugarcane plantations and pick those cotton. Yeah, this is modern day slavery. I think I needed to see that. Um, this is modern day corruption. And it's moved back to Africa. I mean, if you want to go back to Africa, I mean, if it's safe to do so, hey, nothing wrong with that. But people are people. People are people. And it's not the skin color that determines who you are. It's your soul. It's what's driving you inside, not skin color. I say this to uh, for my benefit also, because yes, I can get trapped into thinking it's all about color. No, it's what's inside that person, that demon inside that person. Yes, I thank you for listening to this video, and yes, try to see through the illusion and live according to your means and educate yourself on the trick of the enemy. I thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful, safe day. Yeah, I got to get ready to go out because now it's getting really hot. It was 80 degrees, 80 plus degrees yesterday, and it was too hot for me. Yeah, so let me leave now while it's still cool of the day. Okay? Thank you for listening. Peace, love, and joy to you all. Be safe. Bye bye.